my breathing. I hope my breathing gets better.
Okay. And that's a big part of being comfortable, that you're breathing easier, that your breathing is comfortable too. What gives your life meaning? What makes life worth living for you?
Yes, just seeing people I love happy.
Okay. Me too. What's been the most difficult thing to deal with in all these illnesses? What's been the toughest thing, the hardest thing to have to deal with all your illnesses?
Well, it's my left eye.
Huh?
Not seeing up my left eye real good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And not being able to use it on my own. You know, it's like falling apart piece by piece.
That your life and your body is falling apart piece by piece?
Not worried about it.
You're not?
I'm trying to get peace with God and myself. That's it.
You're trying to get peace with God and yourself? Okay. And I read that you completed new advance directives last month, new living will and advance directives.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they haven't been scanned yet into your record. But what do those advance directives say?
Well, what to do if I get sick enough.
Okay.
I don't remember what
Well,
I've got a short memory.
Yeah.
I hear it.
Like who do you want to make medical decisions for you if you couldn't? You were unconscious or confused?
She's one.
Karen Brown? Karen?
My wife, Karen, and my sister.
And what if they don't agree? Who gets the final say?
His wife.
I can't see with her.
Okay. You don't have a copy of those with you, do you?
No, I have it in the car.
Okay.
I didn't bring it in.
There's two ways to do those advance directives. One is to say, if I'm seriously ill and this is what I want to happen, and no one has the right to change what I want. The other way is to say, this is what I want, and I want my decision maker to make decisions for me, but take into consideration what I want. Do you recall how you did that?
Yeah, he made the decision. He chose. We explained the caseworker, and I explained to him what each one meant, and then he decided
what he wanted.
And I agreed with him.
Okay.
The follow through with what he decided.
Okay. And what I prefer that way because your family can rest comfortably knowing that the world's expert on what Harry Hutchinson wants in this situation has made the decision. And that kind of is a gift to your family because it lifts that burden off of When the end of life comes, when it comes time to leave this earth, whenever that is, do you want that to be peaceful, comfortable, natural, without machines?
Don't want the bickering.
Huh?
I don't want the bickering.
Right. Okay. But I'm saying your experience in addition to your family's.
Say that again.
When it comes time to leave this earth, in terms of how you leave this earth, do you want that to be peaceful, comfortable, and natural without machines?
If possible. I don't want machines.
Yeah. Well, in the line of work I do, we do anything and everything possible if that's the veteran's wishes.
Yeah.
Okay.
People that's the
Okay. And this is a question probably no one's asked you, but when you get to the end of life, where do you want to spend your final days? At home, in a hospital, in a nursing home? Where do you want to spend your final days?
I would like to be home with somebody that willing to something I never thought about.
Right. I think I told you I was going to ask you questions that most doctors don't ask patients.
Most people don't want to be bothered. There's too much trouble. I've seen it.
Right. So I'm going to tell you why I told you all these questions. It was to understand what I call goals of medical care. Goals of medical care are like a destination. And if you get in your car and you don't have a destination, then you don't know where you're going. You don't know how to get there, and you won't know when you've arrived. And it's the same thing with goals of medical care. And what I heard you say is you want to live life as peacefully as possible, to be as comfortable as possible, to help your youngest boy financially, to apologize for those that you may have hurt, to feel as well as possible in terms of pain, shortness of breath, to spend quality time at home with those you love, and that when it comes time to leave this earth, to have a peaceful, comfortable, natural homecoming at home without machines. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me tell you how you can use these goals of care. When a question comes up, well, should we do this? Should I do that? What about this? What about that? Ask yourself, will it help you reach your goals, your destination? Peace, comfort, quality time with loving family and friends, feeling as well as possible, living as well as possible. If the answer is yes, well, this thing, should I do this thing? Should I have surgery, for example? If the answer is yes, that's something I recommend doing.
You are having the surgery?
No. This is just an example.
Just an example.
Should I have a knee transplant? Whenever a question comes up, when the doctors are asking you, what do you want to do? What I'm giving you is tools to help you make the decisions. So when a question comes up, well, should we do this? Should we do that? The doctor suggests this, should I do it? Ask yourself, will it help you reach your goals, your destination? If the answer to that question is yes, it will help me, then that's something I recommend doing. If the answer is no, it's probably not that important. It's probably not important. If the answer is heck no, meaning it'll do just the opposite. It'll make your life unpeaceful?
I'm quite confused.
I was about to tell you the way you're explaining it is a little bit too
Okay.
complicated for him.
Okay. Let me try a different way. Do you get what I say?
Yeah, if it
Okay.
ain't broke, don't fix it. And if it's not necessary, then don't
Yeah.
choose
Yeah.
things that won't do him any good.
And by all means, don't do things that will do you harm, that
Right.
will take you away, that will make you feel not well, that'll take away your peace, that'll take you away from your family and being at home with those you love, that'll make you more short of breath and so forth. Okay. So let me tell you another way. The mission of VA palliative care is to honor veterans' preferences for treatment and care in dealing with serious illnesses. So I have a method for what I do for palliative care I call the Frank Sinatra method. Do you know why I call it that? Do you know why? Karen, do you know why?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So, do you remember that song he sang, I Did It My Way?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it comes from, the Frank Sinatra method for palliative care. And what it says is, figure out what you want more of. Peace, easy breathing, quality time with loving family and feeling well enough to enjoy it. Figure out what you want less of. Pain, shortness of breath, weakness, feeling not at peace. Figure out what's most important to you, how you want to travel this road, and do it your way. And that can be very empowering because you're in control. You get to decide. That makes sense? I know with the liver disease, when you were here in March, you had problems with confusion. Do you have confusion now?
Sometimes.
Okay, let me just ask you a few questions, okay? Do you know what year this is? Do you know what year it is?
2014.
Okay. Do you know what month?
April.
Okay. Do you know the name of this place? Where are we?
The VA.
What city?
Charleston.
Who was the president of these